Welcome to Inverse IK with animations. In this lecture, we're going to be looking at this node, the two-bone IK node, and how we can use it to move the location of hands so that they can hold guns properly. That's the main aim of this lecture, is making sure that hands can hold guns. And let's dive right in. There's quite a few things to do. We want to do that both on the first person and the AI. So let's do it. So this is a problem that we've currently got with our setup, and that is that the hand of the first person does not really land on the gun at all. If we possess again, you can see the gun is pointing down the right direction, but the hand is in the wrong place. Now, what can we do to change this so that everything is set up correctly? To do this, we can use something called IK, or Inverse Kinematics, and it's something we do in the animation to basically say, I want my hand to be here, you work out where the joints need to be in order for that to happen. So let's go into Dynamic, Player, and Animations and open up the first person anim BP. I'm going to stop play so that I can edit this, and open up my anim graph in the My Blueprint tab. Now, what we're going to do is add in a node here in the anim graph, which basically repositions the hand. But before we do any of that, we need to go to the skeleton and add in a preview gun to our grip point. So I'm going to right click on the grip point and click add preview asset, then skfp gun, and there you go. You can see indeed we've got our hand floating beneath the gun, not on it. So if we go back to our graph and to our final pose, let's break the result so that we are going to insert a node in here called two-bone IK. So if I right click in the anim graph and look for two-bone IK, that's this one here. Then what I can do is I'll give myself a little bit more space because it's going to add in a few nodes for conversions, because you'll notice that these little men are blue, which means that they are in component space, and these men are in a different space. I can't remember which, but the point is when you link them up, it adds in conversion nodes automatically for you, so you don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to click to preview this asset now. And what I'm going to do is select the IK bone, because the IK bone tells me where I'm going to start doing this two-bone IK. And in this case, it's going to be the hand, and particularly the left hand, so hand L is the thing that we're looking for. And as you can see, this has started doing IK. If I move this transform now, you can see that it is positioning the hand wherever and updating the location of the elbow and so on. But we don't just want to update this hand and ignore any animation that's going on. We want that hand to be in a location relative to the other hand. So how do we do that? Well, we can use an effector location space. I'm going to select a bone space as the effector location space. And then we can go down to the end effector and select a bone, or actually we have to type the bone name. In this case, it's going to be hand L, so it's going to be relative to the other hand, so hand underscore L. And I can change the location of this effector, and as you can see, the hand is moving with everything else. So I'm just going to click to recompile to remove that annoying dialogue. Unfortunately, it keeps coming back, but no worries. And I'm going to zoom in to make sure that this hand is located exactly in the right place for the gun. So I get in there, move it forward a little bit. Unfortunately, it's not really possible to get it to stop clipping through the gun in all circumstances. I want to get the thumb out at least, because that is visible to us. And there we go. We've got our hand now located in the correct place. However, there is a problem, and that problem is the elbow. The elbow is not in the right place. It's kind of a bit tucked in too much. We can fix that as well with a joint target location, which tells us where we'd aim to try and put the joints. Now, this again wants to be in bone space, so relative to that left hand. So I'm going to do hand underscore L again. And then I'm going to preview, and go and disable this pin as a joint, because what I want to do is be able to click on and move the joint target just as I have done with my effector target, which unfortunately I've just gone and moved after having so carefully set it up. So I put that back, and you can't actually see where this effector location is very easily, but I think I just clicked on it. They're these little two black dots, and one of them, this one out here to the right, is the hand location, and the other one is not the hand location, but the elbow joint attempt location, so where we're attempting to put the joint. You can see at the moment the elbow's overstretched, so let's bring in the hand effector somewhat. Okay, that's looking better, and if we click on this little black dot, it should be able to allow us, there we go, to edit the location of the elbow so that it's more poking out and less tucked in. So I'm going to save and compile that and head back on over into my blueprint, my level, hit play, and sure enough, our hand is now being IK'd into the right location and the elbow is being tucked out. So I'd like you to do the same setup for the AI's IK. Create the two-bone IK, stick it in with the various component transforms that it automatically creates for you, link the main bone, so the hand L, and set up the relative effector and joints for that with the hand R. So pause the video and have a go at that. Okay, welcome back. So let's give this a shot. I'm going to go up to dynamic content and back down into NPC and animations and open up the Patrolling Guard 2 animation blueprint. Now what am I going to do? I am going to stop play so that I can edit. I'm going to go to the anim graph and I'm going to slot in a node between the final pose and the aim offset. So I'm going to break that link, going to add in a two-bone IK, and I'm going to hook up the component poses so they create their conversion nodes. Give ourselves a little bit more space so that all the nodes aren't cluttered together. Select the two-bone IK and select the bone I wanted to apply to. In this case, it's going to be hand L. And the effector space is going to be bone space. I'm going to select the effector bone as being hand R. I'm going to remove the pin for the end effector and do the same thing for the joint target. So bone space, hand R, and remove the pin. Let's recompile. Just check that I've done everything the same. Interestingly enough, I used hand L all the way down in my first person. I really shouldn't be doing that. I wanted it to be relative to the other hand. So let's make sure that is the case. That would explain why the animations were looking a little bit off. And let's see if we can select our effector location. There we go, reposition that. So about the 15th time that I'm repositioning it, but oh well. Sometimes it's just laborious this way. There we go, so it's resting on the side of the gun. And now we need that joint location, which appears to be down here, up here actually. That's why I couldn't find it. And I'm going to bring that down so that it's in a sensible location. Hit save, compile, and go and preview. And that's looking fine. So I can now continue with the Patrolling Guard, having corrected my error. Hit stop and go to our Bone 2 IK and check that we've got this all set up as we wanted. Yep. Now I'm going to go ahead and position the hand and position hopefully also the location of the joint target. It's looking good. Just making sure that the hand is in a good place as well. Yep, that looks good. The joint looks in a sensible location. So I'm going to tweak it slightly. I'm going to save and compile. And let's go and hit play, eject, and take a little look around the world and see whether they are holding their guns properly, which they are. Both of them. Seems like a natural place to hold a gun, and we have updated it correctly. So I'm very happy with the result of that. Hopefully you guys are too. Now you understand how to set up the bone to bone IK, and let's move on to the next lecture.